Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Eat, Crit and Survive Plays a Board Game, where apparently tech issues have happened for the last 15 minutes and things have gone horribly wrong. So you may not have been able to hear us for the last 15 minutes or so, but hopefully if you were there, we are now back and things are now working again. But we're going to gather and play a board game, which I'm going to explain again because we had some time to learn the rules, but we get to go over it again for you guys. It makes life a little easier for us. I hate it when things like that happen and we don't notice it. It doesn't feel very nice, but it happens. So, you know what? It just happens. Hey ho. How are you, Dom?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've now finished my drink I was having earlier, so I'm feeling warm and cozy and full of hot chocolate, which is probably not the right frame of mind for this game.
Possibly not. Your audio connection's a little bit juddery. I wonder if that's on my end. Let me just check something. It's almost certainly going to be my end.
I'll check my end and see if anything weird is happening in the background.
Yes. Let's kill that.
No, everything looks fine at my end.
I think it is my computer, unfortunately. Appears to be the stress of running Tabletopia and everything else. It seems to be just eating up the memory. Yay, OBS. Can I do anything about that? Maybe. Why do these things always appear when we're actually doing something? That's, oops. Apologies whilst we sort out random tech issues. Hopefully things will clean up a little bit in a moment. But in the meantime, we are going to be playing Thunder Road Vendetta. Oh, is that what it is? Let's adjust some of the settings here because that might just prevent things from being a little bit harsh for us. Let's turn that off. That. Just anything to just sort of lower the strain on the computer a little bit. But yeah, we are going to be playing Thunder Road Vendetta. But before we get into that, let's talk about the people who helped make this episode possible, and they are Game Team, the wonderful purveyors of gaming adjacent gear and goods. They make some absolutely wonderful stuff, including shirts and art prints, game stuff, dice, all game related. So go to gameteam.co.uk/eatcritsurvive to get yourself 5% off and use that code eatcritsurvive, and that will also get you 5% off if you just go through their normal website. A little bit of that comes to us, so you'll be helping us as well as helping some wonderful female-led and LGBT and queer-led business. So go do that. There's some fun stuff there. I am flustered today. It always seems to happen when things like this happen, when tech issues just sort of suddenly appear, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why they're there. They just happen. But hey ho, such is life.
Such as OBS and streaming.
Indeed. So today's game, we are playing Thunder Road Vendetta, which is a remake of another classic game, which unfortunately I don't know the name of. What the classic game is.
I looked it up on the website. The original was just called Thunder Road.
Ah, cool. It is a racing game where we are going to be racing through this canyon of death, trying to prove ourselves to be the best racers. There are cars and guns, and it's all manly and we're going to be trying to race our way through. So, before we started going, we did roll the dice to decide who's going first. In this instance, it is Dom who has gotten the extra road die to benefit him to start because he has the lowest number of pips from all of his dice. What's going to happen is on our turns we are going to assign one of our dice to one of our 3 vehicles: the small Doom Buggy, the medium Avenger, and the large Eliminator. Once we have assigned our dice, we are going to then move our die that number of spaces. We may also take a command action at the same time, but we'll get to those in just a second. But we are going to move our car that number of pips along the track. If we go back to our track over here, so that thing goes away, we can move a number of spaces in the forward angle. So from my car here, I can move 1, 2, 3 to avoid this hazard here. If I had another 2, I could enter into this mud pit, and then 1 more would get me along here. So our off-road, our main roads, they cost 1 movement point to go into. Any mud and other difficult terrains may cost us 2. But if you have a single point left, and it is your last one, and you can go into the mud. So that is something to keep in mind. Once I have arrived at my destination, I may shoot. And if I travel through any of these hazards, I will have to trigger them as they go. Shooting will occur if I am in a space behind another vehicle. So in this instance, I am currently behind Dom's car. I would roll this red shooting dice and try and get the letter to line up with the car that I'm trying to hit. If it matches, then I will I'll give Dom a damage. He'll take the top one from this little stack here, flip it over and say, yep, this is a damage to my car. If he gets 2 of those damage tokens, the car will have to turn around and point in the other direction because it is currently inoperable. And it cannot come back into the race until it is fully restored, or partially restored at least. In that bag are the remaining race pieces. Because that is one of the things that is in this game, is this racetrack will gradually move across and become a bit of a conveyor belt. When someone crosses from this piece of the track into the next one, a new track piece will come out and pop onto the end, and the one at the back of the track will drop off, including any vehicles that are still on that section of track. So you want to make sure that your vehicles are moved off that pretty sharpish, otherwise they will be lost. That's one of the ways that you win, is by having all of your opponent's cars inoperable and off the board. So you can make sure you're careful there. The special actions, or the commands that you can do, should probably talk about those for a second. Come on, Tabletopia. You want to do things. There we go. I had you for a second. There we go. So we can assign one of our dice to the command section of our board here. A 3, 4, or 5 will allow us to drift, which will let us ignore or wreck. Ignore a car or a wreck in one space that we enter this turn. Normally, if you enter a space which has a car in it, you will cause a slam, and we will roll a couple of dice to see which car gets moved and in what direction. There is a priority on sizing, so if you have the larger the car, you may choose to have the dice re-rolled to see what happens. But if you drift, you will ignore that. So you do this command action before you assign your dice to a movement. Nitro, if you put a 1, 2, or 3 onto here, you can add that movement to your car's die, so you get to move further. Repair will let you remove a damage token from one of your cars, making it operable again if you place a 6. And then an airstrike. Before moving, you get to take a turn with your chopper. Now your chopper basically gets to fly out and land on the board, not triggering any of these hazards. Once it is in place, it will then shoot as normal. However, the difference with the chopper is if a vehicle ends its movement underneath a chopper, then it is automatically destroyed. Presumably because the chopper just lands on top of it and then just knocks it off to one side. Or it just picks it up with its skids and then just flies off with it. Who knows? We shall find out as it goes. That is pretty much everything that we need to worry about at this exact moment, but we'll come up with a few things as we play the game. The only other thing that's probably worth mentioning is the road dice. The first player gets a little bonus in the form of the road die. They will get to assign one of their dice to their board, and then if they make sure all of their movement traverses along road terrain, then they will get to use the road die to boost them a little bit. Will become less relevant as things go on, see how it plays out, but it might be beneficial as we go. So, let's move all of our cars to the beginning of the racetrack. I'm just going to put my chopper ominously hovering here in the canyons.
Ooh, hang on. I just picked up some
Ooh, you have.
hazard tokens somehow. Let's try that again. My chopper in the bunker.
Alright.
Okay, so shall we get this race started?
On your marks. Get set. Race.
Okay, so I...
Red hanky, waving, etc.
Yes. So, one of the things I've got for this is that my little Doom buggy is small and vulnerable to being rammed. So I want to get it the heck out of the way.
That's fair.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the 4 die on it for its movement. And I'm also going to assign a 1 to the nitro. So I'll give it a total of 5.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm just going to send it along the off-road because it seems appropriate for the Doom buggy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight forward.
Yep.
And that seems like a good start to the race for me.
Yes. Now, it's worth pointing out that in the first round of the game, the guns are not active because the guns aren't active. So they don't come online until the second round. So worth keeping that in mind for the moment. Okay, I have some 6s and some 2s. So I am going to use one of my 6s on my large buggy. On my large illuminator.
I did not think this through.
And I am going to use my 2 on my nitro.
Okay.
So he is also going to nitro. And I believe if there is a collision, it does not have to... let's just see.
I think it does. Sure it says if you slam, you end your movement.
Let's see. Yep, the moving card loses any remaining movement it has. So I'm just going to take my big boy and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Actually, I didn't need to use the boost, as it happens.
No, you can flavour it as you just bamming me even more forcefully.
Sure, why not? So I get to roll now these 2 dice. Let's move all these dice down a little bit, so that they're in a relatively good spot. So let's see what happens. It'll either be my car or Dom's car that will have to move here. So let's see what happens. So that is my car. Has to move back 1. I will re-roll that because I don't want to move.
Yes. Whoever has the largest car gets to the choice of it.
Indeed. It's still me.
Coming off worse, but in less of a bad position.
Yes, I move forward and down, which is not so bad for me. Now,
Yeah,
normally that would
I dodged out of the way and you just swerved through and then just on the road.
Yeah, it just bounced off you. I just felt that I just rolled over you slightly, and it just disrupts me. It's like hitting the curb. All right, it is your turn, sir.
Okay. I'm sending my big boy off a bit slowly. I'm just going to give them the 1 die. I'm going to have them move on the road. So I move the 1, and they get the bonus 1 movement because that's what I rolled on the road die.
You did. Okay. I have got a 2 and a 6 remaining. So I will use my 6 on my medium car because this is slightly funny. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bush.
Oh no! Poor little Doom buggy.
I know. You thought they'd be friendly. Still me. I do not want to do that because that will slam me into my own car.
Oops.
I've slammed me into my own car again. So that's interesting. So another slam happens. Interesting.
Good work, Doom Buggy.
Okay, that's not so bad. It will move the top car. It will come down here. So actually, I'm not in a bad position.
Yeah, this works out well for you.
Yeah, it is your turn, sir.
Well, the only thing I've got left is my Avenger, so let's stick that on there. Okay, I think my Doom Buggy needs some cover, so go and protect its rear end.
Alrighty. And then I just have my 2 for my Doom Buggy. So I'm going to put it here. And I will just go... I'll go one... Yeah, I'll go here. It's a risk, but I'm willing to take it. Because there's not much benefit. Actually, no. I will go down here. Might as well stay out of the way of getting shot a little bit. And that is the end of the first round. Guns are now online, so we've got to keep that in mind as we take our dice off. I get the road die for this turn.
You do.
Thank you.
Yes, I think you mentioned it. It's not just me that gets the benefit of that. It is any player who just moves on the road.
It gives a bonus for each card that stays on the road. Yes, it's only rolled by me, though. So
yeah, it's also the first player marker and a little bonus if you manage to stay on the road.
Yes. Alright, so I have rolled a 4, a 3, a 4 and a 2, and then a 3 on the road die.
I better roll my dice again, hadn't I?
Probably would help.
That's some very mediocre rolls. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my medium car. Let's see. I will give it a 4 movement, and I will give it a nitro of 3, I think.
Ooh, blimey. Okay, going for
So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puts me here. Now, it's worth pointing out that if you were to spin off due to a force movement and crash into these dark spaces or off the board entirely, your car is eliminated because it has crashed and it is donezo. That is my turn.
Okay. Okay. So I've learned the hard way not to send my Dune Buggy off up the road because it just gets it in position to be rammed.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move my Avenger and use a 3 die for that.
Okay.
And have it veer wildly across the road. 1, 2, and then, because I've only got 1 movement remaining, I can use it to move into the mud.
Agreed. Alright, it is my turn. I have a 4 and a 2 left, so I will use my 2 on my small car. My Doom Buggy. And I will go 1, 2. Oops. Behind you there. I am now in shooting position. So let's go over to the red dice and see what happens with the guns. Medium or small. So I hit. I hit your medium car. So you take
the first one off the damage deck and it goes on my medium.
It does. Let's see what happens because it also has an effect.
I skid into a hazard.
So, skid. So, yep, move one direction on the direction shown. So you're going to go up this way into this red hazard.
And then we flip it to see what happens with the hazard. So I'll move that out of the way, so I'm not trying to flip it with my car on.
Yes, that's fair.
The hazard is... It's a wreck, so that means I slam into it.
You do.
Okay, let's find out what happens with my slamming.
So,
And my car is considered to be the top one.
it is, yes. So I think that actually goes back on there because the wrecks stay on until they are destroyed. And they are destroyed by any damage. You can shoot a wreck as well. That is worth noting.
Okay, what happens here?
Will you slam into me? That'll be entertaining.
No, but it does give me the option of getting a free move
It
into
throws
the
you
mud.
into mud, yeah. Which is not
So
bad.
I'm happy enough with that.
Yes.
Saves me a bit of movement.
There you go. It is your turn. You have 1 damage.
Yeah. Aye. You know what? Why not? Let's
Uh-oh.
move my large boy.
Uh-huh.
3, 1, 2, slam.
Ah! Okay, let's see what happens.
Now I could choose to go forwards, which isn't terrible.
No. It's not bad.
Would put me in a position to be shot in future.
Well,
you know what?
That's the thing, as I would have to move. I'd have to not move in order to shoot you.
Ah, yes. Yeah, you know what? I will take that. I'll get the free move into the mud.
Okay.
Just vamp over you, splat into the mud.
I hit the brakes and you just over the top. Alright, and then my final movement die is going to be for my large fella. It's going to go 4. So I will go 1, 2, 3. No, 4. I'm going to come down here. I'd rather not be sat here because that creates too much risk. Whereas this guy's fairly safe. This one's a little bit more open to being shot from behind. It is your turn, sir.
Yep, and speaking of being shot from behind, my little Doom Buggy is the one remaining, so if I give it the 2 die and use the 1 boost on the Nitro, it can go 1, 2, 3, and get you gun reposition.
Yes.
Daka 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 daka. Nope, misses.
Shoots for a medium car. Unfortunately, there's not one close. Alright, that is the end of the second round. So, we take our dice. Notice how I've cheered up now we're actually playing the game.
Yep, I will take the Voyage die back.
You will.
It's going to be me to roll it. Okay, let's find out what we're dealing with this time. A 1 on the road again, but at least I've rolled a higher number.
Okay, my dice do not want to be selected, apparently. Those are some interesting numbers. Alright, I have a 4, a 2, a 2, and a 5. What have you ended up with?
A 6, a 5, a 2, and a 1.
6, a 5, a 2, and 1. Interesting. Alright, you are up, sir. What are you doing with your day?
Yeah, no, what? It's a high risk strategy, but let's give it a go. I'm going to put my 6 on my Avenger. And have it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slam!
Okay. Now, our vehicles are tied, so there will not be a re-roll on this.
Yes. Whatever we roll happens. Let's
Ride or
find
die.
out.
Ride or die. This die seems to have been rolling the top one every single time.
I get hurled backwards into the hazard.
Slam into me, I just put my brakes on, you just go...
Which is a
oil slick. Oil slick.
Which I think means we roll the skid die, if I remember rightly.
Double check, because I did not read all of these, so I was just busy making sure I understood. Yep, roll the direction die and move your car 1 space in that direction.
So I could slam straight back into you again.
You could, or you could slam into a wall.
I don't think so. There's no wall.
No, there's no immediate wall, but you could bounce around.
Okay, let's see. I slide backwards slightly further.
It's, worse things have happened, and now we know that there's an oil slick there, which could be problematic. All right. That
Okay,
ends your move.
what are you going to do after my idiot driving?
Well, I'm going to not stay there. In fact, what was the road there? Oh, it was a 1. Boo. Not that it matters. Alright, I'm going to use my 5 on my medium to get out of dodge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get down here, out of the way. I feel safe. Your turn.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's embrace the. Oh no.
Let's embrace the chaos.
Yeah. So if I give the 5 to my eliminator, it can go 1, 2 into the mud, 3, 4, 5, and it can have a go at shooting your eliminator.
Why not? Let's go for it.
Daka, 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 daka. Nope. Continuing to shoot for medium and small cars.
Well, you have to sometimes. Alright. My turn. Okay. I will... use one of my 2s to do an airstrike.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to bring my chopper and I'm going to put it here. Now, if any vehicle ends its movement in the space where my chopper is, then it will be immediately destroyed. However, it does get to shoot, so it is going to shoot at your medium car there. Which it misses. It shoots a large vehicle instead, which there are none in its forward shooting range, so that's okay. I will use the 2 I have on my large vehicle to go 1, 2, slam into you.
Okay. This could be bad. Let's find out. Yeah.
It is bad. I slam your medium car into this wall, and it is destroyed. Now,
it was damaged anyway.
It was damaged. It was useless. It was skidding all over the place. Terrible. Now, because Dom has now had a damaged car, he will continue to have his dice, but he can use one of them to boost one of his other cars. Regardless of what the die value is, it will only ever move a movement of 1, so that will make a difference somewhere. It is your turn, sir. Now that I have.
Yes, I'm just going to double check how that coast works. Wasn't expecting it to.
Oh, it is coasting. Yes, sorry. Coasting allows you to take 3 turns in a round, even if you're eliminated or inoperable cards. If you've moved all your operable cards this round, assign one of your remaining movement dice to the coast. You cannot assign a command die. When you coast, you move exactly 1 space. You may not use the rogue die or any commands. You may shoot if you have a target.
Yes. Okay. So I just have my little small car left.
My hair is all over the place today. I need to wash it.
I think probably the best thing I can do is just to give it the 2 for moving. Yeah, why not? As you're bringing the chopper into play, I will bring my chopper into play as well.
Why not?
Now, where shall I put it? Where might it cause issues? So I could just go for a shoot straight away. I could put it somewhere where it may potentially cause you problems. Let's go for both, actually. Let's stick it there and try and shoot your Avenger.
Not the Avengers.
Oh, missiles! Yay! I hit!
Alright, so I get the first damage for my Avenger. And it is dazed.
Oh, I think that introduces some random movement, if I remember correctly.
I think it does as well. So the dazed condition, it looks like I roll the green dice and I times it by the purple dice. So I roll the stunt die, move that card that number of spaces, and roll in the direction die for each space of movement to determine direction. You are still affected by terrain you move into, like using 2 movement entering mud. If you enter a space that causes your card to lose the movement, the daze ends. Uh-oh. Okay, so let's see how many times I'm going to move first.
Oh, just once.
Just once. That's not so bad, but it could be a problem. I have a 50% chance of blowing up here.
Nope, instead she just managed to go straight forwards.
Phew.
Gosh darn it.
Even dazed, I am the greatest driver ever. Alright.
Then I get to move my little Doom Buggy too.
You do, yes.
Happens before. Chopper happens before Buggy. So just 1, 2, steer around the hazard.
Fair enough. Alright.
You'll go.
My last one is going to be my small. It's going to be moving 4. It's just going to go 1, 2, because it has to use 2 spaces to go through the mud.
Yeah.
That is the end of the round. Dom is 1 card down.
Let's pass you the road die, because you're going to be player 1 this round.
I am, thank you. Road die isn't coming into effect as much as I thought it might. I think we are avoiding the hazards a little bit.
Yeah. But playing straight through them seems to be a high-risk strategy.
High risk, but high reward.
Okay, a 2, a 5, a 2 and a 3.
The road die is a 1. I have a 5, a 2, and 2 1s. Okay. Not ideal. Let's see what we've got here. Alright, what I can do with getting out of the way of your machine gun chopper. So I'm going to use my 2 for my medium. And I'm just going to go 1, 2. And then use the extra speed boost for the road die to go up 1 more. That is me done.
Okay.
So I drive recklessly towards a cliff, apparently.
That's fine. You're just playing chicken. I'm sure the cliff will move.
Yeah. It'll bow down to my might eventually.
Okay, this may be a bad idea.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so
Do it.
I am going to give the 2 dice to my big boy.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to have them move 1, 2 down, joining in the heading for the cliff. I'm going to try and shoot you.
Yeah, not a bad strategy.
And I hit.
You do.
I hit anything.
Alright, so 1 for my large fellow. And that is a skid. I move forward 1 space. Oof, that could have been bad. Okay. Well, I have a 1, so I'm going to use my chopper, I think. I'm going to bring my chopper down here, and I will shoot your large boy.
Yes, you will.
And I will shoot your large boy. The die is taking a lot longer to roll for me than it is for you. I think that's just my computer, so just as an FYI. But yes, good to know.
Let's see what sort of damage I get from that. Blast off.
Roll the direction die.
This is not good.
Roll the direction die and the stunt die. Move that many number of spaces in the indicated direction. Ignore all spaces in between.
Okay, so stunt die and direction die.
So
I have quite a high chance of dying from this.
Well, here's the thing. Depending on how you roll, you may just jump over the rocks.
I'd have to be very lucky, but let's find out.
I don't think you can do it, but let's find out. This will be fun.
Nope, I slammed straight into the cliff. Bam!
I shot the nitro tank out and it just threw it off to one side.
Okay, so things are going well.
Things are going well. I'm having a great time. Alright, so I will now move my small car 5. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, why not? I'll slam you. 5.
I mean, the way my luck's been going, this seems like a good plan. Oh, no, you move back.
I move back 1. However, that does leave me in a shooting position. So that's an interesting question. Do you shoot after a slam? You may shoot ranks, you may not shoot
shoot your remaining moves.
A slam does occur first. After slams are continuing until each space only has one car or a wreck.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it says the car you moved or the chopper you placed may shoot according to these rules. You can shoot the car in front of you. So yes, I slam into you and then I shoot you for good measure. However, this is your small car, so it might be tricky to hit.
Apparently not.
Apparently not, no.
Oh, what do you do to my Doom buggy?
I like this. This is fun. This is silly and fun. A skid.
I skid off slightly. Okay.
That's okay. That's not the worst thing that could have happened to you.
Not by a long way.
No. All right. Well, you've got some.
I've got a few dice to play with.
Yes. I assume you must be able to coast twice if you've lost 2 of your cars. Because it says that it is to give you 3 actions even if you have eliminated or inoperable cars. So I'd assume you would be able to coast twice. If you survive.
Yeah.
And at this moment, it's a big if.
Yes, I can only put a command die, use one command die thing. Oh, and I cannot use a command on the turn I coast.
Correct. You can only do a single. You can only do a single command, so you'll have to do a command this turn. But you can do multiple coasts by other things.
No, just checks. It's in the how to play section. You may not use a command on a turn you coast.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't use a command, but you can.
Yes,
I'm talking about 2 different things. Sorry.
Yeah, different turn. Yes.
Yes, on a different turn you could. Yeah, so on this turn you could do a command and move, and then on a future turn you could coast.
Yes.
But I think you have to move before you coast. So in future turns you'll have to do your action on your first die placement.
Yes. Okay.
So that really restricts your options.
It does. Now let's see. I am going to be player 1 next round. So... do I have to coast? Yes, I think I do. Okay. In that case, I will be assigning the three. No, I'll assign the two to my Doom buggy,
Okay.
and because it kind of doesn't matter which one I use, I will call it an airstrike.
Okay.
Now who to shoot? So many choices.
Yes.
Uh, let's shoot your big boy.
Okay,
Or
go for it.
attempts to. Launch missiles!
He's been shot once, so it would destroy him if it hits.
Nope, I miss.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And then my little Doom buggy just goes off 1, 2.
Okay. And then my last die is a 1, so I will just poodle up here.
Oh, I messed up there. I could have popped
You
my
could-
foot over.
You could have just parked yourself here, yeah, because I only had one spot I could move
Yes.
into. I was thinking, do I mention it? No, I won't mention it because
No, I should have spotted it.
you're an experienced gamer. It's capital G.
And then, yes, I guess I just coast for my final action.
You do. And you just poodle
Which-
a 1. Does get you to
I mean,
shoot
to
me,
shooting range.
which is
So
not
let's
the worst thing in the world.
try that. Taka, 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 taka. Did
Uh,
I hit?
You do. So let's see what happens. So second damage. So now he's inoperable. But let's see what chaos happens in the interim. Because that is a very real possibility.
Oh, just a dent. Nothing
dent.
at all.
So nothing else happens, but I have got 2 damage, so I will now flip. And stand up, apparently. That's not what I wanted to do.
Rotate.
Yeah, I'll just turn it. There you go. So that car is now inoperable until I repair it.
Unfortunately, it's also in my way.
It is rather, which is
Hmm.
quite funny. But if I roll a 6, then I can repair.
Yeah, except I'm going to be player 1 this round, so I have to deal with my car.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh no, it could be okay. If I roll between a 3 and a 5, I get to drift, so I could drift
Well, that's
past
true.
you. Watch as I now fail to roll anything from a 3 to 5.
Somehow get 2s, 1s, and 6s.
Okay, let's roll.
Roll.
Okay, I did manage to roll
Oof.
1, 3.
Well, I rolled 3 2s and a 1. So, there's that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be drifting my little buggy.
Mm-hmm.
How far do I want to go with it?
Probably as far as you can.
Yeah.
Although you are going to hit mud twice, which is a bit unfortunate.
No, it's not really a problem, because if I use my 4 die,
Mm-hmm.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then because I've stayed on the road, the one road movement
That's true.
you go into the mud. That's
Does.
reduced cost.
That is true. Alright, and then your next 2 movements will just be 1s.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. So I will start with my small car. I'm just going to move 2. So I shall go 1, 2. Just sit there. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess I'm coasting. Yee.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to use my 1 to order an airstrike. Oops, sorry, didn't need to move the die. And my chopper is going to sit here.
Yeah, so I thought we might.
Then I will use my 2 die to move my medium car. So he will go 1, 2, not to hit.
And then, because I don't want to automatically die, I have to coast into the hazard.
Let's see what the hazard is.
It is
Mud.
Not
the worst thing.
No, that's fine.
Alright, and then I have a single movement left, which I will use to coast my medium buggy. Just go forward 1. Just get out of the way. Okay, nice, relatively quick and easy turn.
Let's just get really chaotic with more players. It would definitely be fun to try this again with.
I'd like to try this with like 4-player game. I think it would be absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's a havoc would ensue.
It does have a good thing for a 3 and 4 player game though, because obviously
some big numbers.
Those are big numbers. Because there is because obviously player elimination is a factor. There is a specific. There's a slight thing that is slightly different on a 3 or 4 player game. That is, where is it? Final tile. When one player is eliminated, the lead road tile is now the final tile. So if everyone gets eliminated in the first tile, you only get to see 3 of the. It's a short race, which I think is pretty good. I think it's good to have things like that.
Yeah, it means you're not going to be sitting around too long.
No. Right, so I have a...
You have all the movement.
I have every movement, but what I also have, which might be beneficial to me, is a repair. So I'm going to buff out that dent. I don't know where this goes. I'll just put it over here. Which means my big car is now operable again. As it rises from the dead. And I will give it... I'll give it a 5 movement. Incoming!
Yeah, it says to return the damage token to the pile, but that seems a bit weird.
So. It's a bit of a faff to do. We'll put it in as a discard pile. It's a bit of a faff to do on tip.
Yeah.
I land and I will slam. It's slamming time.
Well, I'm guessing you're not going to want that one.
I'm not going to take it. Well, it's you, because it's the bottom car moves in a direction. Yeah, let's re-roll it. It'll just throw you backwards a space, which is not as funny.
Instead, you're moving yourself
I move myself forward 1 space. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. It gets in your way, which is kind of the crucial thing here. It is your turn, sir.
Okay, so yeah, considering the amount of aggro that's coming my way, I think I'd be well advised to use my 6 to repair.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the skid. And then for movement, I probably want to use the 3.
I like this a lot. This is good fun.
Right, question is, do I try and follow your car?
Well, the advantage of following is you know that I'm going to have cleared out a hazard.
Yes. The disadvantage is that it's really opens me up to you trying to ram me into a chopper or...
Yes, that is true.
So I'm going to take a different route and hopefully give myself more room for maneuver. No.
Just talk yourself out of it.
I realised I was going to have to coast, so I'd end up in a position I didn't want to be in.
I don't know. Coasting you... Well... 1, 2...
I'd sort of coast into a hazard. and then
Yes.
be vulnerable to being rammed into a wall.
That's true. Alright, I will use my 6 on my small mobile. Because he's got some
Your
movement.
small mobile, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 lets me coast into the mud. That's me done.
Okay, where do I want to coast to? That's the question.
Yes. Do you want to go up towards the wall, or do you want to go down towards the mud?
Either puts me in a position where a bad thing could clear me out, so let's go for tailing you.
Okay. My last movement then is going to be my medium car, and I will go 1, 2, 3. It does trigger that hazard, whatever it is. I'm just going to put myself there for the moment. I have 1 movement left.
Yeah.
If anything comes of it.
Oh, just a road.
It's a road. Someone left this convenient road here underneath the dirt. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
And then, yes, obviously, I just coast again and go up a little further.
Alrighty.
I shall take the road die for my own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's roll.
That's where the dice
Just
go.
to one of the road die, and then all 4s on the movement, which I suppose at least makes my decision simple.
It does make it a little easier, doesn't it? Oop. Computer's having a wobble. Thank you, Zoom, for letting us know. A 4, a 2, a 2, and a 1. Interesting. But I am about to drop off the end of the map, which does mean we do lose these hidden hazards on the runway to ruin. So that will disappear off in a second. It is your turn, sir.
Yeah.
On the plus side, you're going to get some good movement to get away from me.
Yes. Let's call in an airstrike on your big boy.
Okay.
Launch missiles. Nope, misses. There is a small one there. It's behind you. You're shooting in the wrong direction.
The problem is it shot the big missile, and it just caused it to spin off, and it decided it would target something smaller.
There we go. So that's my move. Sorted.
Okay. Alright, my turn.
Off you go.
I'm going to use my 1 to call in an airstrike. My chopper is just going to come and sit here. Then I will use my 4 for my medium vehicle to go 1, 2, and I'll leave it there for a second because it does trigger the next road section to come out the bag. There. If you wouldn't mind populating the hazards for me, whilst I get rid of this section. Does it go away now? Yeah, there's a bit of overlap on the thing, that's okay. So that was my second 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 for the extra 1 movement for the road die.
Yes.
We can see clearly enough what it is. Alright, your turn.
Yeah. So, weirdly enough, I think you kind of messed up your chopper placement.
Why is that?
Because if I do my 1 movement, that's all on the road. So then I get the road movement and just move out from under it again.
That is a good point.
So I'll just coast smoothly under your chopper and give it the finger as I go.
That's fair. This is a... Okay, actually, this is a key point. We've not been doing this the entire race, so we'll do it for the next race that we do. The road die is on a player's turn after moving if their car started on and only moved on road spaces. We haven't done this in the entire game, so we won't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I will use my 2 on my big boy, and he will move 1, 2. Yeah, sure. Let's go up here. 1, 2, and then he gets his extra 1 movement.
Yeah, we'll carry on the way we've been playing it for this game.
Yeah, and we've got time to do a second round if you want to. It's your turn.
Hey, you don't know how long I'm going to manage to cling on. Coast onto the road and... yeah, let's coast to there.
Alright. My last...
Roads, point.
2 movement. Yes, okay. I thought I was going to be scuppered, but actually my small car can just go 1, 2, and just go up here, out of the way, avoiding the chopper.
Yep.
Alright. And yes, internet, we know we've screwed up, but we've screwed up consistently, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
It's been fair.
Yes. It's been more fair to Dom than it has been to me, but you know what? It's been...
Ooh, those are some nice rolls.
I haven't rolled yet.
No, my one.
Oh, I see.
Yours are pretty good as well.
They are not bad. 2 5s, a 2 and a 6, and then a 1 on the road die. You have 2 6s, a 4 and a 1. Pretty decent. Okay, I need to consider options here. So I could go through the hazards, which is probably in the spirit of the game. Or, actually, what I am going to do is I am going to do a repair, and I'm going to take a damage off my medium car. Since I have 6, I might as well do that. And I'll use the 5. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can just sit in the mud where I'm happy. Your turn.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's call in an airstrike. And I'm going to try and shoot your thing. So I'll put my chopper up there.
Sure, why not?
And let's see if I manage to hit. Roll to hit. Medium to small, yes, I do manage to hit it.
You do hit. I'm just going to bring these dice back over to the rest of the play area. Alright, so my damage this turn, I'm glad I fixed it. I'm dazed. So let's see how I'm going to stumble around for a little while. So I roll this green die first.
3 spaces.
And I'm going to be rolling this purple die 3 times to see what happens.
Ooh.
So I go backwards 1.
You've not finished your movement.
I have not finished my movement. However, the movement does count for the mud, so that did use up 2 of my movement points to go that way.
Yes.
I believe. So this would have been my 3rd roll.
Yeah, second and third move effectively.
Yes. So I now go here. So basically to save myself having to roll this a 3rd time, I just move over there. So that's fine. All works out nicely for everyone. Now, I have got a potential problem.
Hang on, that was just my airstrike. I have my movement to deal with.
That's true, you do.
And luckily for me, I have another 6.
You do.
So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And shoot
Shoot
you
again.
Yeah.
But miss.
That's okay then. Okay, so I have a conundrum here. Because if I use the 5 to move my big boy, he will get stuck underneath the chopper unless I run into that hazard. In which case he might still end up hitting the chopper anyway, which would kill him. If I use the
Yeah, it's
5...
fine. I've lost 2 vehicles. I'm doing fine.
Do
You
you know
don't
what?
have to worry about it.
I'm not too fussed about if I lose one or if I lose a couple of one of my vehicles. I just need to get to the end. So I'm going to use the 2 on this guy. The reason why this is potentially an issue is this. Actually, I have got a bit of flexibility. I can just move him down and around so he gets out of the way, or just cause him to bob and weave so he slows down behind my big boy. It's your turn.
Yes. And I just wanted to slight flaw in my plan in that I'm now stuck in coast mode. But hey ho.
Well, on the plus side, you can coast through the mud.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, and then my 5. I'll take this, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where was I here? I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at least going along the same route as the rest of my cars, but it's not quite as problematic as ramming myself.
Yes.
Alright, that's the end of my movement. You get your final coast, which gets you back
coast.
on the road.
Yep, I will be doing that.
Crucially, though, I have got myself off the end here, which is not the which is actually pretty decent, because it means that I won't lose anyone when someone runs off the end of the track.
Probably be me.
Probably you, yes, because you are going first.
Yes. What sorts of rolls do I get to go with? Let's find out.
After this advertisement break.
Ooh, a 3 on the road die.
That's
6,
decent.
a 4, a 1 and a 2.
5, 2, 2, 1. Alright, let's see what happens.
Screw it. Let's...
Chaos mode!
I'm gonna give my little buggy the 6 move and 2 nitro, so I'm gonna have 8 move in total.
I mean, why not? Let's see what this happens.
Go, baby, go. So, 1.
Your 2 brings you out here.
Yeah. I shall populate these.
And I'll move the other ones out of the way.
Oh, we need one of them. Oh no, we don't.
You should have exactly enough.
Yes, we do. Okay.
Oops.
That was 2, and I have 8 in total. Yeah, why not? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. There we go.
Okay.
Zoom.
Vroom. Okay. Well, I think it's fairly obvious that my first move should be an airstrike.
Yep. Fair enough.
There we go. And are you all shooty? That kabuti. As much fun as it would be just to sort of sit underneath you, as I know you're going to have to coast. Oh, the dice has disappeared.
Oh, it's rolled for me and curved as a large.
It's just reappeared. That's fine. Okay, so that was my.
Miss.
I do miss. But I will use my 5 on my medium to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to try and slowly catch you up. It is your turn, as you will coast.
Yeah.
Oops. That should
Coast
be
number 1. Let's push down that way. Actually, no, let's move into the mud. Makes more sense.
Yep. Alright. My large...
Your increasingly irrelevant back markers.
Yep. They'll just 1, 2.
I will coast again.
Uh-huh. And then my other one will just go 1, 2. I won't even bother moving the dice. I may have been a little bit cocky.
Well, you do get first move next round.
I do get first movement, so I will see how this goes.
I
And my
will
car...
see an airstrike in the future.
Well, my car's bigger than yours, so if I get some big numbers, I could land on you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Those are not good numbers.
I need a 3 and a 6. Is my ideal roll here. I got a 6 and a 6, 6, 5, 1. Okay.
Did you do the road die?
I did not do the road die.
Same as before, anyway.
It was a 1, a 3. So it does not benefit me because I would have to go through these hazards and I don't know what they are. So let's use the. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would get me there, get me shooting you if I use the nitro. So my only option really is to shoot you in some way, otherwise you're just going to disappear off. Because there's enough room for you to maneuver around a ship placement. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it. So let's do a... You know what? Let's do the airstrike, because I think it works out the same either way if I put the airship behind you and I shoot you.
Yes. Missed.
Yes. Ah, then I lose. Dang. Why am I moving the large one? I don't want to move the large one. You know what? For fun, let's go through the hazards. Let's see what happens. It's a road. Ooh, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you're right. Yes. So what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts me onto this one.
Another clear bit of road.
Oh, and I get the road dice.
Oh man!
Oh!
What a twist ending!
Oh, I did not deserve to win that, and yet. Ooh. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that is a fun game.
That was entertaining. Shall we set up for another? Well played, sir.
Do you mind if I don't actually?
Yeah, that's fine. It's a little bit late.
I am on the early shift tomorrow, so I need to try and get an early night.
That is okay. We can call it there, I think.
But yeah, I would definitely want to play this again another time.
Yeah, this was fun. I like this. I like this more than I thought I would, because I'm not usually a fan of racing games, although this and Cubitos is are a couple of my favourite. I did enjoy this. This was a lot of fun. Let's go and raid Loserpalooza, I think. It's a short stream for today, but that's okay. We're allowed to have those from time to time. So let's go off and see Dave and Ilka as they're doing their one of their lockdown remembrance play-along streams. Oops. Shoo. Irritating thing. Go away. Reminders. Let's go on and raid Loserpalooza. Thank you everyone for being along here and seeing the chaos that we have gotten into with this with Thunder Road Vendetta. We'll be back playing this again at some point, I'm sure. But we'll be hopefully back on Friday playing some regular old D&D. Hoping, fingers crossed, everyone being well and okay, we will be there. So until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you very much everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to check out Game Tea and some of our stuff on our YouTube channel. And yeah, until we see you, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.